Hello everyone, this is Anurag Ray from PestRemovalWarrior.com, and today's topic is about 10 effective ways to keep mice away and get rid of them. There will be some natural ways, some chemical ways, and some widely used ways. So the number one way is always going to be track their nest. You need to track their nest in order to apply any trap or any kind of lure in order to get rid of the mice. The nest is usually around your where in all those places where you don't usually go, don't usually visit. It can be in the cracks and crevices of your house. It can be under your sofa. It is usually the place where you don't usually go, and you need to find that place properly in order to apply the trap. The number two way is to use mouse trap. Mouse trap are still also the most effective ways to get rid of them. These are cheap and are really effective in getting rid of mouse. They're just a trap made of some spring, and you can just keep a bait on the one side, and once the mouse try to get to the bait, it gets triggered and it captures the mice. It doesn't necessarily kill the mice, but it definitely captures the mice. And you can keep this trap in all those places where you think mice are coming and going from, and in close to their nest where they usually have breeding and growing. The number three way is to use poison bait. Poison bait, as usual, are really effective in getting rid of mice because these are like food substances, and once you keep it in front of the nest or in places where you see most of the mice are coming and going from, the mice thinks that as a food, and when they try to eat the poison get inside their system and then eventually kills them. Usually the mice comes out of the nest and then dies outside only, and you won't have any problem finding them once they are dead. You can then throw them away. The number four way is to close their entry and exit point. You need to close their entry and exit point so that they can't come into your house, but they can exit out from your house, but they won't be able to come into your house. Usually the entry and exit point over here means that there are some points from where they're entering, and they also know some exit points, so that if you just try to chase them away, they will go away from that spot. You need to close both of them so that they won't be able to get in and won't be able to get out. Once you can do that by using a steel wool. You can just measure that holes from where they're entering, and then just apply steel wool on that place. Or you can do some caulking, that you would be sealing those area using a silicone or rubber based caulking material, and that will be enough to get rid of them and stop them from entering your house. The number five way is to keep cat as a pet. The cat is the number one predator for mice, and so once you have a cat. If you have a cat, you're already lucky, but if you don't have one, you can get one cat. Stray cat is good enough. So once you have a cat, you can automatically see the number of mice decreasing, because cat are predator that who are very fast and have a great reflex, so they can just run after the mice, which are very small creature, but they can literally chase after them and catch them and then kill them. So mice are obviously afraid of cats, and once they see the cat, the population will automatically start decreasing, and you will see much less mice attack, and your home will be much less be infested by these mice. The number six way is to use mouse repellent. Mouse repellent like peppermint oil, lavender oil can really be effective in getting rid of them. We may be comfortable with the amazing smell from the lavender oil, and we may be comfortable with the peppermint, but mice are not really comfortable with those, and once they get the smell of those, they really feel discomfort and they usually go away from that area. So if you can just use this lavender oil, peppermint oil in front of their nest, and that is enough to get rid of them. They won't come out from that place, and if you can use this in front of the food source from where they are trying to get their food, that will stop them from getting over there, because they don't really like the smell. They just completely hate it. That's more than enough to get rid of them. The number seven way is to caulk your doors and windows. If you have holes in your doors and windows, then mice can enter from them. A small hole as the size of a dime is more than enough to give entry to mice. They are really flexible creatures, and they can come in from that tiny hole. So you need to properly seal them using any caulking material, like you can find it, and you can just use it over in all the cracks and crevices in your house. It can be also in your furniture. It can be in your doors and windows. Make sure it is sealed properly so that the mouse can't come in. Number 8 way is to use bucket trap. Bucket trap is also really effective in getting rid of mice. Bucket traps are usually a trap that you can just made. You need to just buy a bucket that is a 20-liter bucket. If you have one, that is really fine, just use that. Just buy the 20-liter bucket and pour 3 liter of water in it, and then attach a bottle can around on the metal rod and add some peanut butter or cheese on that can. Once the mice try to get onto that on that can for eating the peanut butter or the cheese, it will fall on that water, and once they fall inside the bucket, they won't be able to get out because it's a big bucket and they don't have the potential to climb up back from there. So what you have to do first is you need to make sure that the mice can get into that rod, the metal rod, so into the soda can also, because usually they won't be able to climb through that bucket. So what you can do is you can just tie a rope from the ground to that metal bucket. That's more than enough to give them entry. Make sure that doesn't fall away because they are kind of little bit heavy, so they might attack in numbers if you have big infestation. So you need to make sure that everything is well balanced and it won't fall away. But once the mice try to get it, they also should able to fall in the water. That's more than enough to capture them, and once they are captured, you can just throw it away in the morning if you're using it in the night. And that will be some of them can also die in the water from drowning, but some of them can also survive. So you need to make sure that you clean the bucket in the morning and check the bucket in the morning, and you will see that how successful the trap actually works. The number 9 way is to keep your toilets covered. Mouse are intelligent creatures, so they are the one of the creatures that can come in through the toilet. So if you think that there won't be any creature who can come into the toilet, then you are wrong. They can just easily come in through the toilet. This has also been proven. Number of tests has been conducted on it, and it is proven that they can easily come in through the toilet. So you need to keep your toilet seat covered, and just keep it covered so that they won't be able to, even if they get in, they won't be able to get inside your house. So you need to keep it covered so that they don't be able to get inside your house. The number 10 way is to clean paper cluster. So you need to clean all your paper cluster because mice and mouse use them to build their nest. So if you have a lot amount of papers in your house, in those places where you don't want mouse to come in, then that's not a good idea, because mouse will come in and then eventually will get all the papers, and they can come in numbers because they need to build their nest and need to do their different kind of jobs with that, and they will cut the papers and then they will take it. So you need to make sure that there are no dirty papers that are not being used. Throw all of the papers in the dustbin and throw it away from the area where mouse won't be able to get it, and you can just throw the paper out from your house so that they won't be able to reach it at all. That's it. If you want to know 14 effective ways to keep mice away and get rid of them, visit www.pestremovalwarrior.com/mice or click the link in the description below to visit and read it in details. Thank you.